MPP will also tender in their scanned pink sheet, and they are going to verify both and see if indeed they match. So we are waiting patiently for James Obin, that is the returning officer of the Electoral Commission of the Ablekuma North constituency, to confirm to us if the scanned copies the NDC has tendered in is accurate, correct or not. So as it stands right now, if they are able to confirm the 7 polling station scanned pink sheet that the NDC has tendered in, and MPP is also able to bring theirs and they are able to confirm, then it appears today we'll be able to finish with these coalition exercises with regards to that of Ablekuma North. You could see that when the swearing-in ceremony was taking place at Parliament House on the 6th or the midnight of the 7th January, all other constituencies had their MPs elect in the building. It was just left with that of Ablekuma North that EC did not add their names to the list because of the coalition exercise that is yet to end. So hopefully today, if the EC is able to conclude on the 7 outstanding polling stations, then they may go ahead and make a declaration as to whether it is the NDC Ekuya Efie that has won the Ablekuma North parliamentary election, or that of Irabna Obin of the NDC that has won. But initially, the first declaration that was done on the 8th of December went to the NDC Irabna Obin of the NDC. She was declared earlier as a winner until the EC added the Ablekuma North to the constituencies that the returning officers said they were made to declare the election and adherence, hence the need for them to re-collate, going to court, and the court granting that application, which is why we've arrived here. Initially, it was 4 constituencies, that's Ablekuma North, Okankwe Central, Tema Central, and Techiman South. The last time we met here, that was on the Monday, that was cleared, and they were able to finish with those coalitions with the final verdict going to the MPP side, and we saw them being sworn in during the swearing-in ceremony at the Parliament House on the early hours of the 7th of January. That was just some few hours ago, less than 24 hours, and they were sworn in. Today we are hoping that the Electoral Commission will be able to finish with that of the Ablekuma North, so that the people of Ablekuma North will also know that yes, indeed, they went to the polls to cast their ballot, and yes, they know who their parliamentary member of parliament is. They'll get to know who their member of parliament is. But currently, as it stands right now, it's been more than a month after the election took place, and the electorates of Ablekuma North do not know who their member of parliament is now. So maybe today, finality will be brought to this coalition exercise, and we'll get to know who the member of parliament elect will be for the Ablekuma North. So currently, you could see they are all looking on with eagle eyes, checking all the scanned pink sheet that both parties have brought in so far. They are taking their time to cross-check everything into details to ensure that at the end of the day, nobody will disagree with the scanned pink sheet that both sides have brought. I can see Evans Nimakun from the NPP here representing the MPP, trying to also speak to the NDC people to calm down so that they allow the process to continue so they can finish. So I can hear him calling the NDC people to allow the process to continue peacefully, so that today we can come to an end with regards to the Ablekuma North Re-collation exercise. Well, I wish I can get close to him and pick the sound of what he's saying, but we've been prevented to get to that extent. Let me get close and see if, after speaking to the NDC people, whether you'll be able to tell us something on there. Well, but he's not willing to talk to us now. He wants to ensure that everything is in order before he grants the media any interview. But right now it's like there's some calm around the table as the process seems to be moving on smoothly. But trying to get Evans Demakun to say one or two things to us as to what exactly he was telling the NDC agents who have been on fire from the start of the entire process. Evans, just 1 minute. So I saw you talking to the NDC. What exactly were you telling them?
Well, thank you very much. I think from the orders of the court, that was on the 4th, that the EC was directed to conduct the Re-collation of Ablekuma North, the remaining 62 polling stations. I think we've come far. Techima South was about 147. We've been able to finish with that. Ablekuma North 62. It's been forth and back. But out of the directives of the court, the EC gave the guidelines and said that parties must submit to the returning officer their copies of the results, be it Form 8A in 8 form or a certain scanned copy or soft copy, which will be subjected to the EC's own verification or authentication. And it's been forth and back.
I like the explanations you are giving us, but for now the police seems to be blocking our view. If you don't mind, let's move just a little further forward so we can have a clear view of what you are saying. I think the general public will appreciate exactly what you are telling us, and this is what we need to be telling the general public so they can follow keenly what exactly is happening here. You may continue.
I think we should, as a nation, allow the law to operate. We have 276 constituencies where there are 275 of them have been declared, pending Ablekuma North. Why are we here today? 7 polling stations out of the 281 are pending. And what are the issues? Parties were directed by the EC to submit their copies of the results from 8A, either soft or hard copy, for EC's authentication. The last time we were here, presiding officers were invited by the returning officer to confirm the results they issue to parties in writing, as in the Form 8A. That's all about the issue.
The allegation the NDC makes is that one of the presiding officer says the results that were entered on the polling on the pink sheets were not results that he testified to, and even the handwriting.
I expect you, the media, to contact the said presiding officer.
He's right here. We spoke with him earlier.
Okay. You've asked me a question. The Form 8A has Section A, Section B, and Section C. Is it not ridiculous that your handwriting is in Section A and Section C, but not in Section B? Wouldn't it be ridiculous? I think for me, it is too preposterous to say that of all the pin sheets, the Form 8A, it has to be you filling A and C and not B. So this can be looked at. You understand? And I'm saying that in all these 281 polling stations where presiding officers, they conducted the elections, and at the end of the exercise gave out Form 8A. Parties at this stage want to contest, but can we look at the issues very well?
Do you think we will make headways today?
We must. because you are the media people. You were at the collation center at Ablekuma North. What you saw, you are failing to tell the public. This is very unfortunate. There were police officers responsible for the National Election Security Task Force. You are not paying them, you are not asking them to give us their verdict or their version of what they saw, who destroyed electoral materials. We were here. EC conducted an exercise to get data from Dominic Kwabenya, based on which they declared the results. And this is the new Patriotic Party. Action we will take, will follow through after the Gazette. And so that's what we are doing. We expect all of us to be law-abiding. But it is so unfortunate. We all experience insults, threats, and all that. But everybody has been silent. But we will be quiet and be law-abiding and see what the EC will do. We hope that today we will have conclusion to the issue pending in Ablekuma North.
Thank you so much, Evans Nimakun. I'm so grateful you could talk to us. So that is Evans Nimakun talking to us there about what has been happening here. The NDC is raising some concerns again. Let's listen to what he has to say.
Why won't you accept their 5 POs? Why? We've accepted their 5 POs. They are seated here. We are expecting 7 POs. They brought in 5. We also digged and we brought in 1 PO. EC, Dr. Sribio is telling us he will not accept our one PO. They will only work with the 5 the EC brought that they coached from head office.
You can't say the coach. You can't say the coach.
That is why I'm telling you. We have all their contact numbers. They were surprised we got their contact numbers. We were engaging them. Once they were there, they were telling us, they were texting us what was going in there. That is why I told you emphatically that Jemensa was coaching them at the headquarters.
We can't take that because we are not there.
You will not be there, and I'm telling you on authority. This is what our inside intel also gave us.
What was the way forward in all this?
So ask Dr. Sribuo, you are expecting 7 POs. EC, you've brought 5. Why are you refusing for the NDC to also bring the other POs?
Where is that one presiding officer? Where is he at the moment?
Yes, it's at the back of the door. He's been stopped from coming in. Dr. Sribo has given order that he shouldn't be allowed in.
Dr. Sribo, so there's an allegation leveled against you. Your name has been mentioned. Please explain to us what exactly is happening.
Yeah, so okay. There is you were all here 3 days ago. I am personally, I don't even know the presiding officers because I didn't recruit them. They were recruited and trained by the return officer. So the return officer told us that for the 7, he will go and come back and see what he will do. So no matter what we do, that we come under police escort. So they all report at our corporate office. Then we'll bring them to this place under police escort. Because some of them said they were attacked at the collation center. So they need to be protected. That's why we come under police escort. When we finish, we take them to the office, then they go to where they came from. So to me, the return officer recruited them, he trained them, and he has brought whoever has been brought here. So we are all watching. So let's listen to how he's going to go around.
The allegation is that you've accepted 5 of the arrows.
I personally don't even know them.
So you've not
it is
anybody from coming inside?
The one outside. I'm told there's one person outside.
The claims there's one outside who has been prevented from coming.
No, you know that you should be aware that it's not everybody who can come in. That one you should know. For security reasons, it's not everybody who can come in. But I'm not aware of whoever has been sent there. But the issue is that it is the return officer who recruited and trained them. He knows his presiding officers.
Can we confirm the person outside, if indeed the person worked at the constituency?
No,
the returning officer is here, so can we let the person come in?
Let's allow the presiding officer to do his work. Let's allow the presiding officer to do his work.
Doctor, you say that the presiding officers were sent to the corporate office.
You know what they were sent? We asked them to report that so that we come in a convoy. In a convoy, exactly so.
The NDC claims that it was rather to coach them on what to say.
Don't worry. The people are here. They are not children. They are adults So the return officer brought them. So see how he's going to handle that.
So what we are saying is the person outside now, can we bring the person in to confirm if indeed the person...
I don't know anybody outside.
Can the police escort the person inside?
It is the return officer who recruited and trained the person. 7
returning officers. We have 5 now. We are told 1 person is outside.
Allow the return officer to do his work.
Thanks so much. So
let's listen to...
Hello. Colleagues from the media. I think we can all help resolve this issue amicably. From the others from the courts, 62 polling stations from Ablekuma North, as many as 147 Teshiman South have been done. I think we should all be fair to ourselves. And I'm happy that yesterday, Mr. President said we should let the truth lead the way. The EC engaged presiding officers for all polling stations, 281, including special voting center. It is for a presiding officer to say that, yes, in my polling station, I fill the Form 8A. Form 8A has Section A, Section B, and Section C. These are my handwriting, these are my signature. And please, there were agents of parties. From the orders of the courts, parties are supposed to submit to the EC, either soft copy or hard copy, Form 8A. The New Patriotic Party has done the same. The EC took the opportunity to say that let all presiding officers come in person to confirm whether they issue out this Form 8A or not. Interestingly, in all these polling stations were security officials. At the collation center was security officials responsible for election management and its security arrangement. Why are we overstretching ourselves? The New Patriotic Party will only please and plead with stakeholders. Let's allow the stakeholders. We can understand, yes, I mean, for some other reasons, people want their party to know that they are in the forefront to defend their interests. It's not out of place, but the truth will stand at all times. Let's query the pin sheet, whether scanned or the Form 8A in its original form, which comes to parties in a form of scan or a carbon copy. It is for us as media to find out. Presiding officer, were you there at the polling station? Is that the Form 8A you issued out? If not, we've come far. 281, and we are left to 7. We shouldn't be doing this to ourselves. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. So let me go ahead and talk to some of the presiding officers that we are told are seated here and find out from them if indeed they were coached. Are you a presiding officer?
Yes, please.
So you are a presiding officer from which police station?
St. John the Baptist Catholic Church.
Were you being coached at the AC head office?
No, please.
How did you get here?
I was called and then the security officers, I came and then they picked me.
They picked you from where?
I came to this side first and then the securities here confirmed that this is not where we are to report. Then I took another taxi to the other side before the security brought us here.
But was there any meeting between you and the EC chairperson?
No, please.
Has there been any meeting among all presiding officers?
No, because they said we're supposed to be 7, but only 5 came, so we should just come and then prove whether we have our own copies to compare with the others.
Do you have copies?
I have my copy here. I don't know about the others.
So you have a copy to verify from that of what the AC,
Yes.
So you can tell if the copies they have is true or not. Okay. Very well. So Dr. Sibro said we cannot continue with this conversation, but at least you heard from this young man, also a PO, speaking to us that he at least has a copy from the police station to verify indeed if is tallies with that of the NDC and then the MPP. I wish you could do talk to all 5 of the POs gathered here, but we cannot continue with that conversation. But as it stands right now, the Re-collation is still ongoing, and then if all things be equal, we go to get somewhere, and we'll see how the whole event unfolds here, whether we're able to finish with today's Re-collation exercise or not. So we are going to keep our eye on the Re-collation exercise and then get to know how this is going to end. But let me say that the MPP is very calm, they are very relaxed, and then they are allowing the process to continue, just like the NDC is also allowing the process to continue. The only issue here is the scan pink sheet that is being used, which the NDC continues to contest and are saying it is not proper and it is not right for the EC to be using the scan copies to do the Re-collation. So currently we have 7 polling stations to collate to end the Ablekuma North Re-collation exercise. So far we have about 5 of the POs already seated here, ready to go before the returning officers to confirm if indeed what the NDC and NPP have tended in as the figures from the polling station, whether it is correct or not. I spoke with one of them earlier who told me that he has copies, he has evidence of what transpired at his police station on the 7th of December. So he will be able to tell if indeed what the EC has in its custody is the right pink sheets or not. You were here the last time to confirm some of the figures from your police station, for instance. What did you confirm? And is that true?
I came here last Monday. I was going on Sunday to come to this.
You were called by who?
A certain number. Unfortunately, even the following day when I got here, I was calling the number was off. So I don't even know. The person said she was calling from the EC office. That's all. So we came with other POs. Then we came to the EC office. So I was given a document, a scanned pink sheet of my center to confirm if the figures and everything is solid. So I was telling the returning officer, who is Mr. Olin, I told him the signature on the pink sheet, the one in front of me, it's mine. The name looks like mine. But the other figures that was on it with other handwritings that were, it's not my handwriting. So he was asking other questions if I remember the number of people who turned out. So I can't remember the exact figure. So I gave an estimated number.
You didn't take shots on the day?
No. I didn't have any. I don't have
the shots on your phone.
And I don't have anything personally to prove that this is what happened. So I spoke to him and he said, okay. So there were other guys. There was one guy sitting beside me. Then he was even telling the return officer that I should be taken to court. Then he was asking, they took
you should be taken to court for what?
I don't know. That's what he was saying, that I should be taken to court. I don't know what he was saying, why he was even saying that. So they brought an attendance sheet, the one we entered earlier when we got to the place to check the handwriting. So the one sitting beside me, I don't know who he was. Then he was saying, why am I saying that it's not mine? Because the handwriting was the same. I was like, as I look at this handwriting, is it the same too? I said, yes, it's the same too. I was like, me, I don't see it the same. Because it's my police station and it's my handwriting. My signature and my name, I'm telling you it's mine. So I don't know why the others are not mine and you kind of want me to say something which is contrary to what I know.
So you think what they are doing on that day is not true? It is not your handwriting?
Yes, it is not. Yes, it is not.
It is not what?
It is not what I saw. It's not my handwriting on the pink sheet, the one in front of me. That's not what was on it. Some part was my handwriting, but some wasn't.
Which one was it?
At the top, especially with the figures and the handwriting, the figures, especially with the handwriting of the small letters, the figures written in words.
You think it has been tempered with?
I don't know, but that's not my handwriting. So I don't know what has transpired. That is not my handwriting. That's what I can see. So the returning officer wrote confirmed by arrow on that pink sheet. Then he said I can go. I didn't write anything. he like no.
You could not confirm.
Yes, I couldn't confirm.
Is the returning officer?
Yes, he confirmed himself. He wrote confirmed by RO, returning officer, on the sheet, and he wrote time. It was exactly 11:20 a.m.
And that's what exactly.
Yeah, that's not because that's not. I didn't confirm it to him. So if he wrote confirmed, then I don't know what he has confirmed.
Do you think it will be the case of other ROs?
Other ROs?
Other presiding officers?
Actually, I don't know because where we were sitting were a bit far from where the returning officer was. So when they go, I don't know what transpired between them.
Have you spoken to some of your other colleagues?
Well, take note of what you've just heard from that presiding officer in that conversation with Armstrong Goldalogbe. But I want to take you quickly back to the Office of the Electoral Commission where some confusion has broken out. Let's take a listen now.
The man in the wine long sleeve is an agent of the NDC who keeps banking on the table, saying they will not allow the EC to add the pink sheet they projected to the already correlated results. And the MPP will also not take that. So, well, you can see they folded the pink sheet. The pink sheet has almost been torn apart, and the EC official is trying to now unfold the pink sheet. You've seen they've managed to destroy the pink sheet. So now there's fight ongoing here now where the NDC organizer and the MPP agents are now beginning to throw physical blows among themselves, and the police is having a very hard time trying to control the situation now. So this is what is happening here at the Ablekuma North Coalition Center, happening right here at the regional office. So the NDC guy has been picked up by the police, and they are trying to take him away from the place. Let me take it close to them and find out what is happening.
Don't let me leave here, I beg you. We are keeping peace. But let me go and see what is happening. I beg you. Peace. I understand you. Won't be here and cause disaster. I beg you. So don't go there. Don't go there.
So they are saying they've arrested the NDC organizer for causing mayhem. We have more actions taking place outside as some NDC supporters are trying to make their way into the coalition center, and the police trying their best to ensure that that is not allowed. Well, so they've managed So the police is trying to bring some orderliness here. They are trying to identify people that are causing trouble, and then the regional police commander insists anybody that's causing trouble must be picked up and sent outside the coalition center. So the regional commander has just issued an order that this young man you see in the one dress be sent outside the coalition center right now, and the Electoral Commission is in agreement that anybody that's committing any trouble be taken out of the yard now. The process has come to a standstill now as the agents, both agents from the NDC and MPP have decided to throw blows instead of sitting around the table to call it the figures. Let's listen to what the MPP has to say.
Because when you go to some of the police stations, there's some of the pictures.
We brought the scan copy. We are challenging it. We're going to take the hazard. We're going to bring the original. We are challenging it. What do they want us to do? What do they want us to do? The thing is, we brought scan copies, which they say they are challenging. And we all know, when you are filing processes, even at court, you can use scan copies to file your processes. You are challenging the scan. We said that's okay. We now want to bring the original copy to you. You are also challenging the original pink sheet. Why?
They were only challenging this to the KO.
No, it is becoming too much. Since from day one, we brought scan copies. We've used the scan copies from 1 up to 219. When they realize it favors them, and then they force the returning officer to declare the election situation in their favor. You know how we all went. We went to High Court, we went to Supreme Court, we came back to High Court. And then the court has also ordered that EC should come back and continue their job. We brought in the scan copies that we used from day one. Today you are challenging it. We said no problem. We've gone to comb for the original. We brought the original to you, are challenging it. So now what exactly do they want?
The original commander doing some magic there, trying to bring the place into order. He has managed to control the situation, and it appears the agents are beginning to put themselves in order as the regional commander and his men on the ground are doing everything possible to ensure that there's law and order. But, wow. Well, you can see the NDC agent has gone back to seats, but the returning officer is not on his table. The Greater Accra Regional Police Commander is trying to speak to the NPP to also take his seat so that the Re-collation exercise can continue. And so all persons in the yard that have no business in here are being forced outside now, and you can see the police trying to push them out of the yard.
I don't give you money to do that. I don't give you money to do that. Why are you doing that?
I think they have been paid. They have been paid to do all that they are doing. But
you can't compare to yourself. You should stop that. We are also some people's children. We are not animals that we came here. Why are you doing that? Why are you doing that? Have you taken money to be doing that nonsense?
Well, some supporters out there, the police has managed to move them out of the coalition center to ensure there's some sort of peace at this place now. Back to the coalition table where we could see that the agents are at it again, still rejecting the pink sheet that was just to reject the pink sheet the NDC rejected earlier, and to the returning officer is back onto his seat. The NDC agent or the director of election is also back on his seat. At the far end is the NPP agent. He's also back to his seat. He has opened his laptop, ready to continue with the Re-collation exercise. And the process is about continuing again. The process is continuing regardless. So one of the arrows has been brought in to confirm the scanned pink sheets brought in by the NDC and MPP to confirm if that is original or authentic. So far, some control was returning to the room after the police managed to send some people out of the coalition center, and the returning officer has returned back to his seat, and the process is continuing from where they ended. Well, so this young man you see in shorts was earlier picked up and was forced out of the coalition center, but you could see they brought him back to continue his work. He's one of the agents for the NDC, but he continued to bang the table, an act the police describe as unlawful, hence the need to kick him out from the coalition center. But now that tempers well, so the arrow that was brought in to confirm has come to do her work. She has confirmed. We don't know what exactly she said, whether she agreed to the pink sheet or not. But then it's left with the NDC to also check that of the MPP to confirm whether it is right or not. So you could see one man, I think he's a pastor, he has some cross around his neck coming in. He's also an arrow yet to confirm from. Yeah. So I spoke with him earlier on, who told me he came in with his own document, and it would be very easy for him to confirm if indeed the document the EC has in its custody is correct or not. So he's confirming. He's going through to see to confirm and compare what. Whether it tallies with that of the returning officer's pink sheet. Another pink sheet the NDC will reject, saying they are not going to accept it. Earlier, they rejected one of the pink sheets, but the EC insists, as the returning officer, the pink sheet looks authentic, hence he's going to admit it and add it to the already collated pink sheets. And the NDC refused, and that was what led to the scuffle you saw here, with people throwing their hands physically at the full glare of the police that are here in their numbers. At least I can count no less than 50 police men in the building, and through the timely intervention of the Greater Accra Regional Police Commander and some of his other commissioners, they've managed to bring the situation under control. Those that needs to be taken out have been taken out. So another objection coming from the NDC, and Dr. Sribo is trying to explain to the MPP that, well, it's up to the NDC to reject, and it's up to the Electoral Commission to also accept or not to accept. So they are trying to verify the pink sheet again so that they know if that will be allowed to be added to the already collated pink sheet. So far, we have about 6 of the polling stations to go. Today we came into this building with the hope that all 7 polling stations outstanding are going to be added but so far one has been collated and declared, even though NDC says they are not in agreement. The EC says they are going to admit it. So I have cited the arrow that, boss, excuse me, hello, excuse me, sorry. So so this is the arrow that we spoke to earlier and said to us that he cannot authenticate the. You also an arrow. Okay, so this. Okay, let me first finish with you. What's your name?
I'm Nathaniel.
You're Nathaniel, and then you said you are an arrow.
No, a PO.
You are a PO. You are a PO, a presiding
Yes,
officer. From which police station?
Roman Catholic Church, Buzia Junction.
You were here on Monday.
Yes, I came last Monday.
What happened on Monday?
Okay, so we were invited to the office on Monday to authenticate a document. So I was given a document, a form, a scanned pink sheet by the returning officer to authenticate if it's what happened at my polling center. So looking through, I told him the signature is mine, the name was mine, but the figures on the document are not my handwriting.
You don't like those figures? Is it that you disagree with the figures?
Yes, it's not my handwriting.
But the figures you wrote on the 7th or 8th, which day did you do the declaration? Which day did you finish with your?
Just
the 7th.
Yeah, that's 7th.
Can you confirm if those figures on the pink sheet is exactly what?
I don't have the figures off head.
You don't have the figures off head?
No, I don't have the figures off head.
So you cannot tell whether that is.
But what I just know is the handwriting, because the part that I wrote, I told him, yeah, this is my handwriting, this is my handwriting. The part that wasn't mine, I told him this part is not my handwriting.
Which part wasn't your handwriting?
It was the upper part where the figures were, and the figures in words. Where the figures were written in words, that handwriting wasn't mine.
But how on earth do you finish work and you don't have a copy? You don't have something on your phone to tell?
It is not mandatory to have a copy of what happened, because on election day, the pressure at the polling station, everybody's there, time, 5 o'clock, the place is dark, no light. You will not even have that time, liberty to even go and find your phone to be taking pictures or keep something. So it's not mandatory. When we went to training, we weren't told that it's a must that you must keep a copy.
Why did you return here today?
I was called to come to the EC office, just as I was called on Sunday by a number. A number called me. I'm supposed to come to the EC office today, and then that's why I'm here.
So you think something has gone wrong? The figures on the pink sheets, it's not accurate?
Yes, it's not. I don't know what has happened on the scanned pink sheet. What I know is the handwriting isn't mine. The part that is mine, I have told the returning officer, this is mine. This is mine.
This is where the figures are?
Yeah, the figures and the words. And the figures in words. Yes, and some parts, yep.
Very well. Nathaniel, thank you so much. You can talk to us. So there's one other man standing here. I'm told he's also an arrow. Are you an arrow?
No, PO.
You are a PO?
Yes, please.
Okay, you are a PO?
Yes, please.
Okay, so that is presiding officer?
Yes, please.
From which police station?
Cheneboa, the Church of Pentecost.
Is he also under contention?
Yes, please.
So why are you not allowed in? Or you've not been invited?
No, please.
You've not been invited?
Yes, please.
Meaning your police station is not under contention?
One man invited me in, but the officers are not allowing me to enter the room.
Okay, so hopefully before close of the day, they will invite you if indeed your polling station is also under contention. But you've heard of the 7 outstanding polling stations. Do you think yours is part?
I just had a call yesterday that I will be...
A call from who?
I don't know.
What's your name?
My name is Ebenezer.
Okay. So he said it's an arrow from that's PO. Yes, a PO from one of the polling stations at Ablekuma North constituency. Let me take you back to the collation room, and then by Nathaniel we spoke to earlier, is one of the POs who we spoke to earlier, who told us that his polling station, the results that they made him to sign to on Monday is not accurate, and that he cannot confirm the figures that the returning officer asked him to sign on to for him. He cannot authenticate that because his handwriting is not the same on that pink sheet that was given to him by the returning officer Haynes. He suspects something might have gone on, particularly with the figures that was written on the pink sheet that he was asked to authenticate and sign to when we last came here on Monday. You could see the process is continuing so far, even though both parties continue to raise objection upon objection. So if it's not in favor of your party, then you have to object. That is exactly what is happening here now. You see, so far the NDC is very calm now, trying to authenticate and verify what they have now. We are yet to know how many of the outstanding police stations they've already authenticated. We know of only one that has been authenticated, even though NDC is still raising objection to that very one. And the NDC again is raising another concern about this other pink sheet that has been brought by the NPP.
What interest do you have? Why are you forcing him to go to a direction? Why are you forcing him to follow a direction? Why is he videoing us? So you tell us if you want to video us, tell us you are video. Tell us you are video. Okay, you want to coerce him? You see, there is no fairness.
The NDC is accusing the EC of trying to connive with the NPP.
What is happening? What is happening? This is not evil. What is happening? What is happening? This evil.
Allegations upon allegations coming from both parties. We are still waiting patiently for the other POs to come and testify and confirm on the pink sheet that both parties have tendered into the EC to continue with the Re-collation of the Ablekuma North constituency. The NDC is accusing the Electoral Commission of coaching the MPP as to what to say and what not to say. And this is the allegation coming from the NDC side that the EC is coaching the NPP agent to speak a certain language and speak in a particular direction. let me say I like the way Evans Makun has conducted himself today, even when he's being attacked verbally. He's very calm and he's able to smile back at the person doing the attack on him, and I think he has shown some kind of maturity from his end, and he has been able to control himself in a manner that is very admirable, and he's also able to control his people, that is the agents, until the final moment where the MPP, one of the MPP agents decided to throw his hand at the NDC agent who continued banking on the table. The NDC is also accusing the EC of refusing one of the POs I spoke to earlier on entry into the building, because speaking to that man, he tells me his polling station is also under contention, but he has been denied as entry into the collation center. So he's currently standing outside, and the Electoral Commission is yet to... We don't know if indeed the EC is the one preventing him from coming inside. What we know is that he's still standing outside. Maybe when he gets to his turn, they will allow him to come and also verify what the EC currently has coming from both the NDC and the MPP. So far, the conduct from the Ghana Police Service has been very encouraging, as they've managed to bring the situation we witnessed earlier under control. It should have been bloody if not for the professional handwork of the Ghana Police Service, led by the Greater Accra Regional Police Commander, Mr. Ahin, who was able to bring in more men to come into the collation center to ensure that people who were misconducting themselves were carried out of the collation center, and those that have any role to play they were able to talk to them to calm down, and which is why we've resumed the Re-collation exercise again, even though there are still more objections coming from both sides, both the NDC and the MPP. But it looks like the EC has decided on the way forward, and regardless of whichever party is rejecting words, so far as they have a pink sheet, the EC still insists, even though you've rejected it, I disagree with you, I'm going to admit this and add it to the collated results, because we need to make headways. And that's what led to the first disturbances you saw happen here earlier, leading to the throwing of hands between the party agents.
When EC said they don't have one pink sheet, every PO is bringing pink sheet. Who's supplying you with the pink sheet?
Well, so the NDC is saying that initially the EC says that they do not have any pink sheets, but all the POs that have come in here today seems to have pink sheets. And well, they've allowed the PO that was kept outside to now walk in. I think it's his turn to also come and speak and confirm or otherwise whether the pink sheet that the EC has in its hands is authentic or not. He has just been allowed to come into the collation center, and he's yet to take his seats, and the NDC is saying The EC earlier said they did not have the pink sheet, so they can't continue with the collation. But today, all the POs that have come in so far, amazingly, are coming in with pink sheets. So NDC is questioning where they finally got all these pink sheets from, and the NDC is the NDC continue to ask the EC where they are getting their pink sheets from, because even here this is about the fifth time or so that we've come to this very center to do this re-collation exercise from the Ablekuma North constituency, and all the time, even the EC returning officer himself did say to us that he cannot continue with the re-collation exercise because he does not have the pink sheet to carry it out with his work. But today the EC seems to have the POs coming or have the pink sheet that the Electoral Commission says earlier that they do not have a copy of. So what you are seeing now is that there's a signature. We are told there's a signature. We are told there's not much with what one of the POs is holding, and that is what is leading to this new authentication between the party agents. So that is what you see now, but they don't want to. They want to show the pink sheet to the media so we can verify, we can show the signature on both sides. So you see one of the EC officials, the one in the pink, going with a pink sheet. The NDC organizer wants to show to the media. She has carried a pink sheet and she's carrying the pink sheet away, and that is what the NDC is raising concerns to. So the woman in the pink at the very far end, Jude, if you can help me get that shot. She carried a pink sheet and she has folded it and she's taking it away, and she's now coming back. No. So that's a pink sheet. You see the woman trying to hide under the seat over there. This is unprofessional coming from the EC woman. So that's a pink sheet. The woman, you could see in short, is hiding from the cameras, and this is not right from where we are sitting. And then I'll try and get this in. I think the NDC seems to have some points here, and I see now why the NDC continuing to raise concern. So now they have brought back that they brought another pink sheet from that side, the one the woman initially hid. Let me see the man in the sea blue over there. There has been some kind of this. Let's listen to the NDC and hear what they have to say now, because I don't see why the Electoral Commission refused the organizer to let us see the signature on the pink sheet, and you saw the swapping of the pink sheets from the woman in the pink. We are told she's the regional director of the EC here, and she quickly took the pink sheet and hid it under that table, and we don't know what exactly is contained on that pink sheet and why the woman acted in the way she did. She just took the pink sheet in a Rambo style, and she carried it, and then you all saw on camera what she did, swapping it under that table. So it appears there's something the NDC is seeing that we are not seeing, which is why the NDC continue to raise concern. So this is the woman in short. We are told she's the deputy regional director. She took the pink sheets in contention, and you saw how she has to hid that pink sheet and later on swap it under the table. You saw in short earlier on. You are told they had different signatures on those pink sheets, with the figures also being different, and that is why the NDC continue to raise concern on why they reject the pink sheets that is coming from the EC. Well, the coalition has come to a standstill again, and to the full glare of the media, you saw what just transpired here right now. And from the beginning, we continue preventing the media from getting very close to the Re-collation exercise. But today, as the only table for the Re-collation exercise, you saw we've been allowed to get close, and you will see on your cameras exactly what is transpiring here as the NDC continue to raise objection to some of the happenings in here. And when the NDC saw a pink sheet that had different signature compared to the one they submitted, immediately I'm told the woman in pink, that is a deputy regional director, quickly took the pink sheet away, and now I can see she's bringing another pink sheet. Let's see what she has. She has brought another pink sheet. I'm not sure if it's the same pink sheet that she has turned into the returning officer. Well, we don't know whether it is the same pink sheet, but what I know is that she has brought another pink sheet for the returning officer to continue with his work. The NDC is yet to authenticate and verify if that indeed is what they saw earlier on, but many have said it should have been very easy for the EC to allow the NDC organizer to show to the cameras what his concerns were, which he says that the signatures on the pink sheets were different and the figures were also different. So if there was nothing to hide, it should have been very easy for the EC to allow the NDC organizer to allow the cameras capture it. But what happened earlier on, many have described as unfortunate, and that is something that we are yet to verify why exactly the woman in pink, you are told, is the deputy regional EC Greater Accra EC director, why she did what she did. So far the coalition has come to a halt again. We are waiting for the returning officer to continue with the work. Well, he has started again with the exercise, and let's see if the NDC will agree to what they have. Now, some of the pink sheets are not on the table, they're on the chair, they're on the seat. We don't know whether they are the original pink sheet or they are the scanned pink sheet, but speaking the figures from the chair, which the cameras cannot get access to now. So the EC returning officer is not taking any more objections or questions from the agent. This could have been prevented and avoided if there was opportunity for the NDC to raise their objections and also speak to the media freely. I'm sure we wouldn't have gotten to the state. Now they are trying to hold on the process again for us to reorganize the place. Let me go close and talk to the NDC organizer again and explain for him to explain to us what exactly is happening.
That's of what was on the pink sheet were two different signatures. And we raised the alarm. The returning officer says he's in charge, so nobody can question him. How can you have one sheet, two different signatures from the same PO?
How did he arrive at authenticating that?
That is the question. They are using their memory. So after memory, EC now says you only use your memory to authenticate pink sheets.
We also want to hear.
On the side of the
Exactly. So you need to confirm your signature to confirm that the document is authentic. The Davis accepted it and entered it.
Which that they are accepting pink sheets from the NPP and not the ones that the NDC have submitted so far.
No, they're not accept. What's the? You know, I've made this on record. All this while, EC said they did not have any pink sheets. So if your PO has pink sheet, who has pink sheet? Isn't it the EC?
Yeah.
So why is it that today all their POs, almost all the 5 that came, brought in pink sheets? So why has EC all this while saying they don't have pink sheets?
One that we observe is that your agents appear to have given them something which is a photocopied version of pink sheet.
That's a scan. That's a scan.
They brought in their scan document. So today we also brought in our scan document. And even their POs that come, they are not able to.
And so that's what I'm saying. Like the ones that have been confirmed are the ones that the MPP are the ones the MPP brought. Is that the one who said the signature is his, but the writings on the pink sheet are not his? Did the EC also accept that?
Oh, they accepted it.
How many have you done so far?
So I think they've done about. This is the 5th person.
This is the 5th person.
Yes.
So two more to go.
So you see, now they are using the police. Whatever we do, they use the police and they took us. You saw the police took me out of the room. That is what they are doing. So the police are taking over.
Do you have the pink sheet that had the different signatures? Do you have it?
Yes, that is what I was trying to bring to you so that you could see, and the police took it out of my hand.
What will be done with the rest of the two? The rest of the two.
Now, what you could all see what is happening here.
Musa, my question is.
My brother, thank you.
Well, so that is Musa speaking to us, trying to explain to us what has transpired around the table of Re-collation that is currently happening. We are told so far they've done about 5 of the outstanding polling stations, and it's left with 2 more to go. But even the 5 that has been done now, the NDC are raising objections, saying that the EC is not accepting their scanned copies of the pink sheets, and that they are only accepting that of the NDC and the POs that have showed up today. But initially, according to the NDC and also from the returning officer himself, we spoke to some few weeks ago, he explained to us that the EC does not have a single pink sheet to continue with the Re-collation exercise. So on 3 occasions, he spoke to the cameras and said he cannot continue with the Re-collation exercise because the EC doesn't have pink sheets, NDC doesn't have pink sheets, NPP also doesn't have pink sheets. Hence, he cannot continue with the Re-collation exercise. But today, all 5 presiding officers that have shown up here to authenticate the scanned documents both parties have brought came with their original pink sheets, and these concerns the NDC is raising, that initially the AC said to us they do not have pink sheet. So how come the POs that have shown up today are all coming with original pink sheets? So that is what is happening here right now. We have some supporters that are also watching from the window side, threatening to make their way into the College Center. But the police are on standby to ensure that all those supporters from our side are not coming in. Even Snimakun is just about talking to us. Let's listen to him.
And add to the numbers 281. And so I expect the media also to help and just not to ask people who don't have data.
No, the question you're asking is
the question I've responded to you several times has been that the returning officer has invited presiding officers to help confirm with the results from 8A that the new Patriotic Party has submitted to them, so that they will add to the Form 1C.
The question we asked is out of the 7, how many have they done so far? That all this while the EC said they do not have the pink sheet. Only those presiding officers to come with some pink sheets. They said they are surprised. Are you surprised too?
I'm not, because when you take the Form 8A, when the presiding officer completes it, he or she issues copies to political parties, and the returning officer, presiding officer, may keep a copy. If you know how the EC got results to declare Dominic Abenya, I think the issues are simple. And so for us, the EC says, yes, where we don't have, we call our returning officers for them to confirm the results as issued to us by parties. Presiding officers.
I was thinking that you would be interested because it should take this long by hand for the EC, the constituency and the national not to get in touch of their presiding officers to get the pink sheets they are bringing out today, delaying
all of us are time, including you, the NPP.
The EC, please, I mean, you should understand the electoral rules. The EC declared the presidential results without some result from 9 constituencies. The parliamentary results is first past the polls. If the remaining vote will not have any material effect on the results, EC is at liberty to go ahead. Where we are, it is for EC to complete collation from all polling stations. If there are challenges, the decision will come from the EC. I think the new Patriotic Party has expressed a lot of sobriety from where we've gotten to. We will continue to do that. But I want the media to question the NDC and question the security as to why they allow people to destroy electoral materials. My pleasure.
Evans Makun speaking to us, explaining to us also their side of the story on the Re-collation exercise here, the regional office, and the exercise is still continuing. I'm told so far 5 have been completed. We are waiting for 2 more to be completed. So the young man you see in shorts wearing the white is also a PO that we spoke to earlier on and was denied access to come in, but he has now been allowed to come in to also verify. So Madam, let's talk to you. So, let's talk to you. Can we talk to you? So initially we saw that you carried some pink sheets that you took over there, and then many are asking, why did you carry that pink sheet and why did you hid it under the table over there?
I didn't hide the pink sheet. You know, the guy destroyed the first pink. You were here when he destroyed the first pink sheet. Were you here? Did you see him? He has destroyed one of our pink sheets. We even asked the police to arrest him. So that's why, you know, he went to sit over there. So he wanted to snatch the second pink sheet from the returning officer. So I had to quickly snatch it from the returning to go and hide it. Yes, so you know, I've given it to him. Did you see him? Yeah. I've returned the pink sheet. You saw him. You know, I'm asking you.
Others were saying you went to swap. You swap.
Why should I swap? You know, the pink sheet. This is the pink sheet that we have from the POs. Those who can.
You said you didn't have a pink sheet. You said you didn't have a pink sheet.
I'm saying this. The pink sheet. You know, we invited some of our POs. The POs for the outstanding 7 polling stations. You know, so we invited them to come. So fortunately, about 4 of them have the pink sheets. Even there was this woman who said, the woman said she couldn't even submit a pink sheet because she was afraid. So she even came with the booklets, all right? Some of them took copies, they kept copies. So when we called them, they came with the copies. You get what I'm saying? So it is not something that, you know, I went to hide.
Madam, why did it take you?
Say it again.
Why did it take the EC so long to get to this presiding officers to bring the pink sheet they are bringing today?
We called them. I asked my officer to call them. Initially, they said they were afraid. We called them. They all said they were afraid. So later on, we told them that, I mean, this is something that is not, you know, so risky. So that's why they came. You know, 3 days ago, some came. And then the remaining 7, we had to tell them that. I mean,
we also told that there were a difference in the signature that were on the pink sheet, which is why the NDC organizer wanted to show us the difference on the both pink sheets. And then later we saw that the pink.
Had a look at it.
That is what.
Have a look at it. No, I can show it to you. If you think that.
No, I think that
you are dispelling the assertion that
Pardon?
pink sheets are manufactured.
That what?
The assertion that those new pink sheets are manufactured. They are not.
Are you talking about the pink sheets?
Yes, the ones.
Or the scanned copies? The pink sheets.
The ones that your presiding officers are submitting.
Brother, look, I don't think they are manufactured. They have copies there. The NDC has copies. That's why we asked them to bring copies. You get what I'm saying? They have not been able to produce their copies. So it is not something that.
Are you saying that after the elections, they are allowed to keep pink sheets for themselves?
Some of them took, you know, screenshots, you know, pictures of the pink sheet. Yes, some you can. We have about 7 leaflets.
No, you can just take one. As a presiding officer, you can keep one. You know, we have the original and then the carbonized copies.
Bringing is one that they have for themselves, not the one to be given to the electoral commission.
No, they have destroyed our pink sheets. Well, that is something that they kept. I think 4 of them kept copies.
How did you know that they had pink sheets with them?
We called them.
And they said they had
We called them to come and confirm, because we have soft copies here, to come and confirm. That's how come something, you know, they have copies. Yes, so that's why we asked them that if you really have pink sheets,
the NDC,
come and show it to the returning officer.
The NDC has raised a lot of allegations. They are also saying that they are rejecting some of the pink sheets that are in there now, but the returning officer continues to insist that, well, even though you disregard or you do not recognize this pink sheet, I, as a returning officer, I accept it, and I'm going to add it to the listing. Is
the returning officer? He's in charge.
No, are you as a deputy regional?
I'm not a deputy regional director. I'm the regional director for Greater Accra.
You are the regional director for Greater Accra.
Yes.
Is it a rule?
He is the returning officer.
So if he's doing wrong, does it make it right?
That's what?
That if one party disagrees with the process, he, as a returning officer, can still insist. No, you as a regional director should be able to explain to us if this is part of the rules of games. Is it part of the rule of the game that if one party disagrees with the process or with the scanned document, the returning officer says that, well, you disagree, but I'm in charge. It's authentic. Is it right?
The returning officer.
Is it right? But from where you sit, is it right?
I haven't had a look at it.
Is it right? From where you sit, do you think it's right?
What's my brother from TV just said? Do you see anything wrong with
I have. He's doing his work. I'll go back and look at it. He's doing his work, and nobody has reported to me that. Did you see me? Did you see me by the table?
So you didn't see anything going on?
From what you have seen so far, are you going to, collate the rest of the 7 and then declare the result today?
We are still on it. We are not done. It's only God who will tell. We are still on it.
Don't you think people have said we should have a rerun in at least 7 as the regional director, where we do not have authentic documents to verify and also collate? You can suggest to the high authorities that be that you think we shouldn't have a rerun in all these 7 police stations?
So please, the director.
What's your name, sir? What's your name, ma'am?
I'm Gladys Pinkra.
And you are the regional director?
Yes. The reason why I came here was that you reported that I'm going to hide a pink sheet.
We were reporting what we're seeing on the camera. We were reporting what we're seeing on camera. That there's a document that is being hidden under the table. Exactly what was happening on camera was what we were reporting.
One of our pink sheets. So I was trying to protect the pink sheet.
So now it's good you've come to explain to us.
Yes, that is why I went to hide it.
Very well.
But you could all see that I have returned it. You were here. Yes.
Very well. Thank you so much, madam. Thank you so much. So that is the Greater Accra Regional Director of the Electoral Commission trying to explain to us what we saw earlier of her carrying one of the pink sheets and also hiding it under a table. She has come to clarify herself and said that she was not hiding the document, that she was only trying to protect the pink sheets from the scaffold that was happening so that the pink sheet doesn't get destroyed. But we were reporting what we were seeing on camera and not accusing her of any wrongdoing. But exactly what we were seeing on camera was what we're trying to paint to the public to see that this is a pink sheet under contention and this is what is happening to the pink sheet. And the person that was holding the pink sheets happens to be the regional director of the Greater Accra EC Electoral Commission. So she has come to clarify the issues to us, and then we leave it there. Let's continue with the Re-collation exercise that you could see the returning officers trying to engage the NDC agent again, and we are told that we have 2 more outstanding police stations to collate, and then we know where we are going from here. So the PO is still taking his time to verify what is in front of him. So the PO says he cannot confirm. The PO said he cannot confirm the pink sheet in front of him, and they are trying to find out if he's scared or anything, but he says he cannot confirm. So the PO you see there was, I spoke with him earlier, he was denied access into the collation center. He was standing outside for a while until we raised concern and we spoke to Dr. Srebo about the fact that one PO was standing outside and was being denied access. After some time they went and they brought him, and here he is saying that he cannot authenticate the document in front of him. So they are trying to find out from him what exactly the challenge is, which of the figures on the document he disagrees with. When he's done, we'll try and speak to him and find out from him what is exactly why he cannot confirm the numbers on the document.
That is what is happening to the process. That is what is happening.
So you see one of the police senior officers is trying to find out from him what his challenge is, but the young man insists he cannot confirm what is on the document. You see him having a conversation with the returning officer. You see him having a conversation with the returning officer, trying to find out from him what his challenge is. But the MPP think maybe the young man has been threatened, hence he's unable to confirm what is on the document. So the police has come in to assure him to feel free and speak his mind, but the young man still insists, the PO still insists he's unable to confirm on what exactly is written on the document. So he said he can confirm one document but cannot confirm the other document. So the conversation between the two of them now is why he cannot confirm the other document. Well, the PO is changing his mind again. Now he's saying he can confirm, but not here. And they are trying to find out from him, why can't he confirm here? It appears so much pressure on him. He has about... So now they are trying to interrogate him. Both parties are trying to interrogate him. And it's like there's so much pressure on the PO now to confirm the document. So the documents have been taken away from him. And so the process has been halted again because the PO has not been able to confirm that document. So you could see the returning officer, James Obin, going to meet with his higher authorities to speak and find out the way forward.
So the process has halted again because the PO is unable to confirm the pink sheets that were brought before him. In the initial stage, he said he cannot confirm. Upon further interrogation, he says he can confirm but not here. And now the returning officer, James Obin, has to now go and consult with the National EC officers to find the way forward to this situation, because so far I'm told 5 of the outstanding police stations have been collated and accepted by the Electoral Commission, even though the NDC raised objection over the 5 polling stations. We are left with 2 out of the 2. The 6th person is in to verify, and he says he's unable to verify exactly the figures in front of him. And upon further interrogation, he's now saying he can verify, but he cannot do so in the presence of everyone. So if he can be given some time to, you could see you could see the PRO, the Public Relations Officer of the Electoral Commission, trying to engage with the PO again, and the NDC will not take it lightly on him because they don't take it lightly on him because he says he's a Public Relations Officer and not a returning officer, so he has no rights whatsoever to engage with the PO. The NDC, from the beginning of these regulations, have had problem with the PRO of the Electoral Commission. PRO, they have Mr. Tete is actually trading some insults on the NDC agents. They want him to. They want him to stay calm because he's not the returning officer, but they continue to accuse him of getting himself involved in things he's not supposed to get himself in. And you see Dr. Sirbo trying to speak to him to keep his calm so that he doesn't engage with the NDC agents, and they are trying to still verify the document the PO says he cannot verify, and they are still waiting patiently to get to the final bottom of the entire regulation exercise. So if this is accepted by the Electoral Commission, it means we have one more polling station to verify. Then the final collation will take place where we'll get to know who now becomes the Member of Parliament elect for the Ablekuma North constituency. So the 6th out of the 7 is being verified. It's the man you see in blue is trying his possible best to confirm the pink sheet in his hands, and if he accepts that also, it means we have only one more polling station to go, and then that will mean that out of the many, only one more will be outstanding. We are yet to see the PO for that particular polling station too. We have not cited him here yet, but indeed maybe the Electoral Commission have gotten in touch with him or her, and that they'll be able to let us know if the Re-collation exercise has come to an end and whether or not they'll be able to make any declaration today, whether it's going to be a free of the NPP or a Rabna Obin of the NDC, who will be Member of Parliament elect for the Ablekuma North constituency. The returning officer is not engaging anybody now. He's taking his time with his IT person to tabulate figures without engaging anybody. And then the NDC again is raising objection as to why Mr. Obin is not engaging them, and he's doing the tabulation all by himself without
engaging them and without putting it on the table for all of them to have a look. So the NDC is watching keenly what is happening. So the returning officer has heeded to the call from the NDC. You see him put the document now on the table and is writing and signing certain document there. We are not too sure what he's signing and writing. So we are still looking on. The NDC is also trying to do their own tabulation, but be reminded, all of these exactly the winning party or candidate know exactly who has won, but both of them are claiming they've won the elections. Both parties have their own collation centers. They've all collated the results and they know who has won. But as it stands right now, they are all claiming they've won the constituency. The NDC organizer said something. Let's listen to him.
These 3 outstanding polling stations, we can declare. This is it. I'm telling you before the EC officer comes. I'm saying we have 3 outstanding polling stations left. And the total number of those polling stations sum up to 1,002. 1,002. Even with the MPP, their parliamentary candidate, she said she won with 411. So with these numbers, there is no way anybody can be declared.
Well, then this is trying to give us some briefing ahead of the returning officers' briefing, saying there are 3 more outstanding polling stations. That's the numbers, if you put together, it's more than 1,000. So if the EC wants to declare, they cannot declare because the numbers. So let me talk to. Let's listen to the MPP agent and let's see what he also has to say.
Make noise and also expose like TV3. I will not talk because you people are liars.
That is rather unfortunate, saying that. But when they need us, they still come to us and grant us an interview, and it's rather unfortunate comments coming from this young man. The argument is on again, trying to find out what has led to this other argument. They are questioning the authentication of of this man seated here, who is exactly.
They've targeted the wrong meat. You've targeted the wrong meat. Are you an EC officer? Why are you here? You can't be outside.
It appears the EC wants to suspend the Re-collation exercise, I think for the 5th time again, because they could not. Because they could not get to the very final end of the collation. We are told there are some 3 outstanding polling stations for them to. And you could hear the EC returning officer threatening that if this continues and he leaves this place today without declaring this election, he's not going to return to this place again because this is not his permanent work, and that he needs to bring finality to this Re-collation exercise. And he has threatened that if care is not taken and he leaves this place, he's not going to return to this place again to continue with the Re-collation exercise. He's also getting very upset now, and he has left his seat heading towards Dr. Sribo now to have some conversation with him. He's also getting very pissed off about the entire process now, and we are waiting for the EC to officially address us as to the way forward, whether they are going to continue with the outstanding 3 or they are going to suspend the process until further notice.
Please hold your camera, okay? I want to get behind me.
The Dr. Sribo is currently in talks with the returning officer to see the way forward, whether they'll be able to declare these results today or they have to suspend the process, I think for the 5th time, if I'm not lying. I think for the very 5th time, it appears this is going to be suspended again. They are trying to verify the figures they have and if the outstanding 3 polling stations, whether it's enough for them to declare or suspend the Re-collation exercise here.
Incredibly.
The funny part of the whole issue is how both agents hit hard at each other. The next minute you see them smiling to themselves like what you're seeing on your shots now. You could see them smiling to each other. You could see Dr. Sribo Kuku and the returning officer as well as the NDC organizer. You could see them chatting and smiling as if they were not fighting earlier. It was very heated some few seconds ago, and right now you even see the NPP agent standing so relaxed, watching the NDC organizers speak and smile with the returning officer and Dr. Sribo. And he also wants to smile too, but you see he's just trying to pretend as though he's not enjoying the conversation going on. But these two individuals are very interesting. You could see you see they understand the game they are all playing, and in the next minute you see them arguing and throwing blows. And it's very surprising to see the NPP agent and also that of the NDC agent smiling to each other now. Meanwhile, a while ago you saw them fighting. So in short, you see the NPP PC AQA agents walk in to the collation center and not smiling to anybody. She looks very focused. She's going back again, and obviously she's not a happy woman with regards to all that is happening, because her colleagues, she could have been one of the people who would have been
inducted into office yesterday, but unfortunately, because this has not ended, she still doesn't know her fate, whether she's going to be confirmed the winner or otherwise. Obviously, I also saw Irabna Obin yesterday at the Independence Square. Though looking happy, you could see deep down in her heart, she wished this coalition has ended and either she was also declared a winner so that she can join the other MPs to celebrate. But these two candidates, or these two individuals, continue to remain candidates for their two parties, the NDC and the MPP. And I've not seen Obin here, but Ekuye just walked in trying to find out from the EC national executives what exactly is holding them, what is preventing them from going ahead to do the declaration, trying to get some briefing from her agents representing her, and trying to listen attentively what exactly is happening. Whilst on the same table, you see Dr. Sribo also talking to the NDC Director of Election, and you see how cheerful they all look around the table. But it appears that this thing is going to be suspended again for the 5th time, because so far the figures that are standing now, we are told, is so much that they cannot call the election for any of the candidates. So let's see the NDC and the MPP agents trying to work. Okay, they've just moved out of the building smiling together, but earlier on you saw them throwing blows at each other. But now the police did a great job by trying to ensure some orderliness here. So as to speak, the people that were some few minutes ago fighting are now back trying to make peace with each other. Very interesting environment we find ourselves in here. In 1 minute you see these same people fighting, other minute you see them smiling and chatting among themselves and shaking hands and hugging each other. It means that those watching us from outside should be rest assured that this is just politics, and with politics we don't fight, we only argue. After arguments you come back together and work for the good of the entire nation. I'm sure even Irabna Obin and then that of Ekuye are very good friends, but they all are looking for opportunity to serve Mother Ghana. And you can see how authentic Ekuye is focused on the PC, trying to understand what has transpired in her absence. It is one country, one Ghana. So the politicians you see heckling and fighting and shouting and throwing blows at each other, it's not real. It's not real. They are just doing this to ensure that they capture the power that they want to serve Mother Ghana. It's just in the interest of the entire country that they do that, but nothing bad attached to it. The process is still on hold, trying to see the way forward. So earlier you heard us speak to the Greater Accra Regional Director of the EC, speaking to us earlier, telling us that she was just trying to protect the pink sheet. Let's listen to the NDC now trying to speak to us.
So the first polling station is C161105B. The total voter population in that polling station is 411. The second polling station that the PO also came and said cannot confirm what is on the pink sheet, on the scanned pink sheet, is C161204. That polling station also has a total voter population of 188. The third polling station that the PO said it cannot confirm is C161205A. The total voter population of that polling station is 403. So the total of these three polling stations sum up to 1002. 1002. We in the NDC claim we won the elections with over 300 votes. The MPP, illegally with their pink sheets, with their scanned pink sheets, also says they are winning with 411. So with this,
we have never said we have won the election with 411.
The media, you were here. The media, you were here when they are parliamentary candidates.
414. It's 414. We never mentioned 411.
So thank you. He said the MPP parliamentary candidates said they won with 415. So 414. So with the outstanding 1002, there is no way you can make a declaration. So with this, what this means is that we cannot come back to the table again, because all the presiding officers cannot confirm the figures of these polling stations. So the EC should give us a finality today, because we cannot come here again. We've exhausted all the channels. They've used their POs, they've used memory, they've used experience, they've used whatever. Today, if Kenike, if out there.
What option are you looking now?
Well, so that is the organizer for the NDC trying to explain to us what we are currently waiting for the AC to address us. So he's saying that they have some three outstanding police stations that they are yet to get or collate their figures. And when we put all those three together, we are going to have 1,002 from all the three polling stations. And the NDC claims they won the election with some over 300 votes, while the NPP also says they've won the election with some over 400 votes. So with the three outstanding polling stations and the figures totaling some 1,002, it makes it impossible for the Electoral Commission to go ahead and declare the election in favor of either the NDC or the NPP. Hence, it's impossible. They want the EC to come forward and make a declaration on the way forward, because they are not willing to come here again. I think this is a fifth time should the EC go ahead and give us an official announcement on the suspension of this coalition exercise. This is going to be the fifth time. We are waiting patiently for the Electoral Commission to officially communicate to us on the way forward now. You could see the returning officer is not on his seat now. You've also seen that the Dr. Sribo is in talk with some of the other officials. So the Greater Accra Regional EC Director is talking to the returning officer, trying to find out from the returning officer what the challenge is now. Because all the returning officers, they said they were looking forward to come and confirm what they have. They've all showed up and they've tried to verify. It's only one person who says that he's unable to confirm the pink sheets brought before him. So as it stands now, the EC is still in a fix, trying to identify the way forward now, whether they are going to have a rerun in the three police stations remaining. I've seen a KFA trying to also engage the regional EC director as to what is happening. So the regional EC director initially also coming forward to talk to us about why she carried the pink sheet and hid it under the table, explained herself that initially they've destroyed some of the pink sheet already. So the best thing for her to do is to snatch that pink sheet we saw her holding, hide it under the table to prevent it from being destroyed. So it's not a case that she was trying to swap or hid it from anybody, but she did that only to protect the pink sheets from being destroyed again, because some other pink sheets have already been destroyed, and that brought so much challenge to the Electoral Commission. So she wants to set the record straight, because what we saw her do was not that she was trying to steal or swap the pink sheet, but she was just trying to protect the pink sheet. So she admits that indeed she took the pink sheet and she hid the pink sheet, but the reason behind it was for her to protect the pink sheet from being destroyed. Now you see her in picture with the returning officer trying to find amicable solution going forward, because now we are told there are some 3 polling stations outstanding, and those 3 polling stations sum up to 1,002. These according to the NDC. These according to the NDC. 3 outstanding police stations, which police stations, if you put the figures together, amount to some 1,002. And both parties have also said they've won the election with less than 500 votes. NDC says they've won the election with some 300 votes. And then the NPP says they've won with some 400 and so votes. So the 1,000 votes in the 3 outstanding police stations can make a great difference. Hence, the EC cannot call the election for either the NDC or the NPP. Now, this has left the NPP PC very worried. She came in not too long ago, but she doesn't look happy. From the look on her face, she's very disturbed, very dissatisfied with the entire process that is going on now, and she cannot wait to hear what the EC has to say going forward. So right now, the entire process has come to a standstill. Nobody is saying anything to anybody. It's left with the agents to just speak to the media from time to time. They are all holding on peacefully and patiently. You see all the national EC officials are worried about the happenings here today. I've seen the returning officer trying to come back to his seat.
Armstrong Gold Alogbe coming to us live from the Greater Accra Regional Office of the Electoral Commission, where the collation exercise for Ablekuma North has once again come to a standstill because they cannot agree on 3 outstanding polling stations. Remember that there were 7 of them. Now, some polling station officers, presiding officers, were brought into the collation center today to verify pink sheets that have been brought to the Electoral Commission, but both parties, the NDC and NPP, couldn't agree on. We know that out of that number, 4 were initially agreed upon, 2 were left outside. Subsequently, after our reporting, they were allowed into the collation center. We know that despite that, only 1 of them has been allowed to come face to face with the pink sheets. He subsequently told the officers and the party agents there he couldn't confirm 1 of the pink sheets, and he also said he would like to go through the rest of the list and do confirmation or otherwise behind closed doors, and so it truncated the process of verification at that point. We also saw events with the regional director who named herself as Gladys, taking away some pink sheets. Obviously, she came back to our cameras to explain that she didn't want the pink sheets destroyed. That is why she went away with them and brought it back and handed it over to someone on the returning officer's side of the table there, which you see on your screen at the moment. But bottom line is the process cannot go on. And as you heard from the organizer of the constituency organizer of the NDC, the outstanding polling stations, the 3 that are left out of the 62, the total number of voters there will be 1,200. The NDC says they won the election by some 300 votes. The NPP, on the other hand, will tell us 414. But we have 1,200 votes left to confirm, which makes it very difficult for the Electoral Commission to decide on which party to declare the result in favor for, right? According to what the NDC organizer is telling us. But the process has halted essentially because, again, there is no agreement on those 3 constituencies. Remember, it started from 62, 41 were agreed upon. Then subsequently, they added 14 more, excuse me. Then we had 7 outstanding. Now, these 7, 4 have been cleared, 3 outstanding. The 3, per the NDC's explanation, the total number of votes cast in those areas are too large. When put together when put together for the Electoral Commission to take any decision at all. So right now, what we'll do is we'll continue to keep an eye on events there because the process has stalled. Nothing is going on. Occasionally, they come to talk to our cameras. We'll keep an eye on situations there. If anything changes, if there are new developments, we'll bring you to you here on your Election Command Center. In the meantime, do join us on News 360 when we get to the bottom of the issues we have seen at the Regional Collation Center of the Electoral Commission. Don't go away.
La